We have Anna's fic next.
Oh yeah, chapter 9.
Did
What do we
you
have?
you did just read a whole bunch of shit. Do you want to narrate your own fic? I don't want to make you like do too much
I
at
think I'll be
once.
fine narrating.
Cool,
Okay.
cool. Who's in this chapter as far as of
We've
parts?
got Daria, Stelsa, Tizius, Tagora, and Baby Carcat, and Baby Solid.
I will do Baby Carcat and Tagora, and that's it for me because Baby Carcat's gonna
Murder your
that's gonna take
voice.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, more to my voice. Yes.
I can do Stelsa and Baby Solix.
Well, that's what I usually do. Fuck. I guess I'll do
You can
everybody
have
else.
you can have them if you want. I just
Yeah, fuck your
I just
stealth.
I just think it'll be funny to talk in a baby lisp.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can take Baby Solix, but I'll do
Bucky usually does Stelsa.
yeah,
yeah,
Bucky
like
does
steak
stealth.
salsa.
One.
Understandable.
I'll
Here,
Alright, then
take
I
narrate
steak
Take
guess
salsa.
Tizius.
Yep.
then I guess that leaves
Either
me with
Daria.
Uriah and Baby
Solix.
Solix.
Okay, give me a minute before we start. I need to refill my iced tea.
Yeah, no worries.
With all this talking, I go through it very quickly.
The Progeny, heck yes. Yeah, Anna updated last week, so you got a new
Yeah,
chapter.
and I'm midway through writing the next chapter too. There's going to be a small cameo from. She's the prison snitch.
A small cameo from
Oh
who?
yeah, that's right. You cut out. They didn't hear.
Oh, there's going to be a small cameo from Ardata, the prison snitch.
Oh.
I remember you telling me about that earlier.
Because way back in I think chapter 5, Tagore is like listing off all the prisoners that he saw, supposed to like develop trials for and whatnot. And one of the prisoners is a cerulean blood arrested for grub tube crimes, and I decided to finally follow up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. I like this fic a lot. It was one of my inspirations for Delightful Abattoir.
I'm so glad my self-indulgent adoption fic has been a inspiration.
Yeah, mine obviously goes in a slightly different direction, but I mean, it's fine. It's all different variants of the same content, which is nice.
Oh, I accidentally clicked the Stelsa Says Yet tag when I was scrolling down. Okay, I'm back and ready.
Brad.
Okay, we ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Your name is Stelsa Seziet, and you are out for revenge. You're sneaking through the corridors of the largest prison in the Alternian Empire, wrapped in a black drape you found in the supply closet, looking for Daria Johnjet. You have no clue where her cell is, and honestly, you only met her a few times before, so you're not quite sure you'd be able to identify her in the first place. Nonetheless, you continue to trudge forward. You eventually stumble across a holding cell, a cell holding a girl with torn sleeves, slumped over and scratching some pattern into the dirt on the floor.
Daria? Daria Johnjet?
You whisper through the bars. Daria turns to you, confused.
Stelsa, what the fuck are you doing here? Where's Tizius? Is she okay?
She's fine. She doesn't know I'm here, and it's going to stay that way. Come over here.
Daria looks really confused. She hesitates for a second before approaching the bars. Once she's in arm's reach, you grab her by the hand and yank her.
What the fuck?
Yelps, her voice reverberating through the prison. You stare at the terrified girl in your hand and you freeze. What are you doing? You're letting your emotions get the best of you and taking them out on a prisoner you barely even know.
I can't do it.
You drop Daria's arm.
Can't do what?
Daria asks.
Were you about to kill me or something? Because, newsflash, dude, the Empire's gonna do that in a couple parages anyway.
Just forget it. Don't tell anyone I was here.
You start to walk away when Daria grabs your hand.
No, seriously. Tell me, what's going on? Is the rebellion compromised? Were you trying to kill me to keep the Empire from getting info out of me? Did something happen to Carcat? Tell me!
It's nothing like that.
You pause.
I was trying to kiss you.
Daria stares at you in disbelief.
Holy shit. Everyone's looking for a pitch fling now, I guess.
What? Oh no, it's nothing like that.
You sink to the floor, defeated. Daria joins you and sits facing you. Prison bar is still between you.
I had a bit of a fight with Zizi last night. After the fight, I found out that Zizi hooked up with Chagora, and I just can't believe those two would betray me like that, especially with my more allegiance with Chagora being so new.
And you thought that kissing me would get back at them?
Daria asks, perplexed.
Exactly. Zizi kissed my Moira. I kissed hers. We're even.
You do realize those two are pitch, right? You know how quadrants work?
I know, but
For the first time in a while, words seem to fail you.
I guess I let my emotions get the better of me.
Yeah, I'd say.
Daria gets up.
Isn't this something you should talk over with your actual Moirail? It looks like you're cheating on Tagora more than he's cheating on you.
Is it really cheating with my Moira to talk about my feelings with other people? I can't trust him right now.
Daria gives you a look, sighs, and sits back down.
Fine. Talk me through it. It's not like I actually give a shit about that rat boy's feelings anyway.
Your name is Karkat Entixesiat, and you are so bored. Mama still says back home. Mama Tiz play with you. She's sitting in the culinary block with Uncle Gorgor at a phone and whispering. They aren't even doing anything interesting, like yelling or kissing. You stare at the Trollean window on your laptop, like you've been doing all evening. Terezi is still out doing some stupid flarp thing with her friends, and Kanaya is diurnal, whatever that means, so you only get to talk to her right before bedtime. You pull the piece of paper Mama Tiz gave you out of your pocket and roll it in your hand. Maybe if you touch Terezi's Trollean handle enough, the little green circle next to it up. You unroll the piece of paper absentmindedly, and your eyes drift to the text under Terezi's handle. That's right! Mama Tiz gave you 2 friends to make. You type the second handle, Twin Armageddons, into the search bar, and oh, they're online! You're ready to make a new friend. Incoming transmission from MA Secure Network, carcinogeneticist contacting Twin Armageddons.
Hi!
What the fuck? Who are you?
I'm Karkat!
Fuck you! Go away!
Oh, fuck you too! Maybe I don't want to talk to you. Making friends with Trezzy was so much easier than this.
Oh, you're that mystery kid TZ was telling me about.
You know Terezi?
Everyone knows TZ. Yes, just like she said. Great text, all caps, somehow clueless about how to interact with other trolls. You know what? You can stay. I'm curious about you.
Yes, another friend down. Well, potential friend anyway. You look up from your laptop at Mama Tiz and Uncle Gorgor, excited to tell them about TA, but they're still too busy to give you a second glance. You return to your screen.
TZ said you won't tell her where you live.
Nope, Mama Tiz told me never to tell anyone.
What the fuck is such Mama Tiz?
Big troll that takes care of me.
That's such a weird thing to call your Lucis. Also, your Lucis is a troll? So fucking weird. You know you can just call it Troll Mom or Troll Dad, right?
I have 2 troll moms and an uncle.
I am going to figure you out, KK. Oh, I'm Thalix, by the way.
Another name. Amazing. Your moment of glee is broken when you hear shouting from across the room, and not the fun kind of shouting. Fuck. Tagora, are you getting this? Mama Tiz is gripping her phone way tighter than
Getting what?
Uncle Gorgor bends over to take a look. It's for Malik. Time limit's running out. Can't keep the cameras out much longer. Why the fuck were the cameras down?
He says,
Uncle Gorgor nearly falls out of his chair.
what was Stelsa doing asking to turn the security cameras off?
Alarm will sound soon. I did all I could. Shit! Can't even get around. Mama Tiz puts her head on the table. We're screwed. She's screwed. We never apologize.
I could probably dox you, you know.
What's dox mean?
It means that I'll hack into the system and find where you live.
Don't you fucking dare!
Oh, I will fucking dare.
No!
Then I'm gonna tell TZ and KN and everyone else where you live. Oh, and TZ is gonna drag you to all her stupid RP things.
No!
I'm just messing with you. Sorry.
It's okay. You can hack. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is. My hacking skills are the coolest on Laternia.
Can you teach me?
I don't know. Will you tell me your secret?
No!
Nah, then, you gotta figure out how to hack on your own.
Ah!
Your conversation is interrupted by Mama Tiz closing your laptop. Karkat, I'm really sorry about this, but you're gonna have to go in the closet a little early tonight. This is really important. You're about to fight her on it, but you've never seen Mama Tiz shake so much. She looks more scared than you've ever seen her. You nod and pull yourself into your tiny foam-padded closet. You still have no idea what's going on, but you wonder if it has to do with Mama Stealth not coming home. You miss her. Your name is Stelsa Seziat, and you needed this. You needed this so desperately. Processing your negative emotions has never been your strong suit, but somehow Daria gets it. No wonder Tizius has such a strong moral allegiance with her.
Tagora wants to be there for you. He wouldn't have entered a quadrant with you if he didn't.
I know,
You reply.
but I don't want him to look down on me for whining about my problems.
Do you look down on him?
You pause for a second.
I guess I kind of do.
There it is.
Daria says.
If you judge other people for opening up, you'll never be able to do it yourself.
I owe him an apology, don't I?
You look down, wringing your black drape in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Daria nods, like you finally stumbled across the obvious after all this time.
You should also really talk to Tizius about everything with Karkat.
You shake your head.
No, I'm not ready to tackle that yet.
Listen,
She puts a hand on your knee through the jail cell bars.
I know this is a lot to take in. I know this revolution shit is way out of your comfort zone. If it's too much for you, Tizius will respect that. She won't drag you off the ship if you tell her you don't want to go.
But I want her to stay here with me. I just wish she could understand how good of a life we have on the ship together. I don't get why life here isn't good enough for her. Why I'm not good enough for her.
There it is. You finally open up, and everything you've been keeping inside for the past day floods out. Daria squeezes your knee while you cry.
You've never been on the receiving end of Tizius going off about you. She's taken huge chunks out of our Pale session just to tell me about your latest successes, or how good you looked on your last date, or any other number of super mundane matesprit things I couldn't give a shit about. She cares about you more than you could imagine, which is why she wants you to help her build a better future so badly.
I still don't know if what she's doing is right, though.
You wipe your eyes on your sleeve.
Well, it's right in that it's just to take care of a lucisless child, but actively speaking out against the Empire, abandoning her enlistment, believing in conspiracy theories about the end of the universe, it's just not safe.
Daria raises her eyebrows.
You do know it's not a conspiracy theory, right?
Oh no, not you too.
No, seriously. All signs point to the end of the Alternian Empire in about 5.5 sweeps. And Karkat is the key. If Tizius didn't care about you, she wouldn't want you to escape with her so badly.
And what if the signs are wrong?
You ask.
What happens if we flee from the ICO, prepare for the end of the world, and then nothing happens? Our careers will be over.
So you grow off the grid.
Daria shrugs nonchalantly.
Malik's been living outside the Empire's detection since the day he ascended, and he's safer than all of us. You'll probably meet up with him and form a rebel colony.
This is getting a bit much.
You stand up and gather your drape.
I'm still going to need to think this over.
You feel a buzz in your pocket. A slew of texts comes through to your palm husk from Malik.
Oh, sorry, let me check these.
You scroll through the texts, most of them asking how long you'll be. The latest text reads, "Can't keep cameras down forever, alarm will sound."
Alarm will sound soon. How soon?
You ask. Daria's eyes go wide.
How long ago did you get that text?
About a minute ago?
Stelsa? Run.
Your heart drops to the floor. You turn your heel and bolt down the prison halls, not bothering to be quiet. Shortly after the door comes into your line of sight, an alarm blares over the loud. Warning! Security breach! All personnel to designated living quarters. The second the alarm starts, an enormous gate begins to lower over the door. You manage to slip past it, but it catches your drape as you duck under. You leave it and run. You need to get as far away from the scene of the crime as possible. What harm can an abandoned drape do anyway? Once you're out of sight of the prison doors, you slow to a light jog. Home free at last. Oh, there's an extra person.
Watch where you're. It says it.
You run face first into another troll, knocking your glasses straight off your face.
I am so sorry.
You fumble to put your glasses back on, finally noticing your boss standing over you, working an eyebrow.
Oh, hi, Actuary Argent. What a pleasant surprise to see you out here.
What are you doing out here, Miss Sesiot? It's incredibly late, and the alarms have been going off for a few minutes now.
Oh,
You aren't used to having to cover your tracks. Argent stares, not making it easier to come up with a lie.
I was just finishing up my run. Tonight was so busy I couldn't start it until late. Can't skip cardio.
Very well, then.
That seems to be a good enough excuse.
I'm just heading home now.
You say sheepishly.
I'll come with you.
Argent jumps in.
I was tasked to check on the lower teal apartment blocks, so I may as well follow you home.
Your pusher beats faster.
Let me just text my mate Sprit first. The block is pretty messy. We didn't know we'd be having a guest tonight.
You send Tisius a text, hoping to God that Karkat isn't making a fuss about being put in the closet. The walkover is incredibly awkward. The high actuary makes before you make it to your, so you end up standing awkwardly in the hallway while he makes pleasant conversation with the trolls inside. All the while, the alarms continue to cry out throughout the ship. When you open the door to your apartment, Tisius is waiting for you on the lounge plank with Tagora right next to her. You've been dreading coming back to this apartment since you stormed out last night, but all you can feel now is a wave of intense. You can't help yourself. The second Tisius stands up, you wrap your arms around her.
I see you two are quite close.
Argent says from the doorway.
Good evening, Neophyte Entic. Nice to see my star junior audio terrorizer has such a loving mate, Sprit.
He notices Tagora, still on the lounge plank.
Showmaster Gorgic, what a surprise to see you here. Shouldn't you be in your own corridors, like the alarm says?
Izias was concerned when Stelsa didn't come back when the alarms went off. Can't I give my good friend moral support when she needs it?
Tagora is unfazed, as usual.
I suppose.
Argent chides.
But you're lucky I came here first before checking next door. You wouldn't have wanted me to make any assumptions about your whereabouts.
Tagora freezes in his seat. The high actuary glances across the room one last time, the three of you holding your breath as his eyes drift over the back closet.
Well, looks like everything is in order here. I'll see you at work tomorrow, Mrs. Sesiot.
Argent steps out the door, and all of you can finally breathe. You turn to Tisius.
Zizi, sweetie, I'm so...
Don't apologize, she interrupts. I've put you through so much these past few parages. I've known this was out of your comfort zone, but I kept assuming you'd be okay with it eventually. This is all my fault.
Well, the whole mess was my fault. If I hadn't let my emotions get the best of me, I wouldn't have broken into the prison section to try to kiss Daria.
Tisius looks at you strangely. That's why you were in the prison section? Were you feeling pitch for her or something?
That's what Daria assumed too.
You say.
No, I was mad at you for kissing my Moirail, especially because my Moira allegiance was feeling so fragile, and that I thought I could do better. I could feel better if I kissed your Moirail. I know it was stupid. I know it doesn't make sense, but it's what I thought I had to do in the moment.
Theseus laughs at you, but not in a cruel way. Well, I'm sorry I started getting pitch feelings for your Moirail right after we had a fight. That was kind of a dick move.
Well, it kind of was.
You give her a kiss before turning to Tagora.
And speaking of my Moirail, Tagora, I know I haven't been very open with you. I'm sorry for that. I'm new to this whole thinking about my emotions thing, so I really hope I haven't shut you out for good. I really do want to make this work.
No, I was never mad at you. Come, sit down.
Tagora gestures to the lounge plank next to him. You sit down, and Tizius follows. The three of you sit on the lounge plank, leaning on each other until Tizius falls asleep on your shoulder and Tagora starts to yawn. For just a moment, just maybe, you think this quadrant triangle can work out. Your name is Tiamara Argent, more formally known as the High Actuary. You enter the main night of on the ship to be greeted by the heads of all the legal departments and a handful of clowns.
Oh,
accounted for? Oh, yeah, you can.
All accounted for?
The head legislator asks.
Every single one.
You reply.
Oh, really? Everyone?
The head legislator grins and holds up and pushes a torn black drape at you across the conference table.
Then it looks like we have some investigating to do.
Neato.
And that's where this chapter leaves off.
Yeah, that's some good shit.
The majority of next chapter is basically just the three heads of the departments have a long-ass investigation. It's the first time any of my chapters is not going to be from the perspective of a character.
Interesting.
It's from the perspective of the Black Drape.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. Because it's still got to be in second person, but like...
Yeah, to match your conceit. That's true.
I've always wanted to read something from the perspective of an article of clothing.